How's it going, Rico? Welcome.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I was just about to tell the audience that if they have any questions, we can probably get to them later, but use the Q&A feature. It's a lot easier than me like trying to keep up with all the comments coming in. But like, what a day you're having. Money is finally out. How does it feel?
I'm really, really excited. I love all the love that I'm getting and stuff. And I just love the fact that everyone loves money. I mean, but who doesn't love money?
Exactly. In any shape and form. Would you say that because you had been teasing this for a while, it was one of those like classic instances of like, where's the CDQ? We need like the
That,
where's the master version? Like we're gonna like piece this together on our own until you give it to us.
yeah, they were really going crazy for it. But I kept telling them, I'm like, guys, the song is not going to be finished until I get Flo Milli on it. So teasing that has been fun. I mean, just like having my fans react to the fact that like, oh my God, you really got a feature that like we asked for. I just know that they know that I'm listening to them, and I think it makes them feel really special during the drop. Tomorrow, I'm actually like doing like a Twitter thing with my fans. Like they show me all types of cool stuff, so they're gonna show me how to do something cool on Twitter tomorrow.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. I like that you're really taking advantage of like I'm still figuring out what Spaces is about, but like I think that's a cool way to use it. uh, but how did I think we can start with money first? How did this song happen?
So, um, I met Boys Noise, and that's the producer, and we were just talking, going back and forth about like what songs we like and what songs and what eras of music we want to see again. And I just remember I was like, you remember like, well, actually, I brought up Peaches. I don't
Hmm.
know that song. Second on my.
And he's like, "You wanted me calling, of course."
So I'm like telling him that, and he's like, "Oh my God, I love Peaches, but are you familiar with Two Live Crew?" And I'm like, he plays me a song, and I'm like, the song was 1 and 1. I was like, no,
Hmm.
I've never heard this song before. And then he played me, somebody say we want some, and I was like, wait, this is in every movie that I love.
Right.
This, like the 808s, the guitars. I just really love that era of hip hop, so I just wanted to bring it back to life.
That's so cool. And like one, like why did you want Flo Milli on the track? Because I love that. We can start there and then I'll add a follow-up later.
I feel like every time I hear a Flo Milli track, um, I love the beat instantly, right? And the way that she comes in on beats is so different, and I just wanted like a different perspective. It's a Cinderella shoe situation. Like I don't think anyone could have killed that better than she did. Like she killed it.
Yeah. Though I will say the thing I was gonna ask too is like when I listened to it, I was like, this is just like both of them on 100. It's a great beat too. Like, could you ever see it being like a posse cut the way that you kind of redid Smack a for Nightmare Vacation?
Ooh, that's a great question. Wow. Honestly, I think what made Smack so special is the way that everyone would just come up to me and be like, girl, I play that song every day. Like, thank God I didn't have to smack a. That's why I wanted so many girls on it, because I'm like, that is for the girls. I want to hear everybody get their off on that song in their own way. But Money, I think, is like, I think it was a very beautiful thing to happen, considering like I've known Flo Milli for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like I saw her when I was doing like my first fashion week, and like I just been very early on her career, and I just I felt like this song was for her. Like granted, I love all the female rappers that I worked with, and they're so great and amazing, and we will do more stuff in the future. But this one is like, I don't, if we do get a remix on it, I don't know who we would get, but if anybody that, I'm open to it. I just feel like This is our moment right now. Everybody wanted our song, so now you have it.
I think there's one specific person that you've been interacting with this past week that fans may fans may think that might be a fit for the song. Um,
Yeah, I know.
but of course, so this is our show, Entertainment Weekly Songwriters Camp. We've been such a big fan of you, and we're so excited to like get into your songwriting process. But of course, we always start with like, how did you start songwriting? How did you start performing?
Okay. Songwriting, I feel like I started, got to be like end of middle school, like the 8th grade. I started writing poetry and stuff.
Mm.
Performing, I think that's a whole other, oh my gosh. Like the first time I performed, I think I was probably, I think I was 19. I think I was like full blown an adult. I don't remember having any type of bookings prior to being 18. So I just remember feeling like, well, I had my son at that point. So every time I stepped out and had a show, I was like, okay, well, you better give it your all because you want to keep getting booked and keep putting foot on the table. So you better make it snappy. But I think it like started becoming like that was like clubs and stuff where I first
Mm.
performing, and it's not really like a performance. Like you kind of just stand in your section, you know what I'm saying? But I think writing though, going back to that, I feel like it definitely started with poetry, and it did not start with rapping whatsoever. I remember I would like write those little emotional ass spoken word type of things. And I grew up in church, so I would like do poems about God and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think what was also really, really big that I did poems on was just like imaginary relationships I wish I had. Because when I was younger, I didn't have like a romantic life, but I like daydreamed about it all the time. So it doesn't really reflect the music I make now, but that's where I started.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting, I'm from the DMV area as well, and I feel like a lot of the music you see, uh, there's a lot of different music, but like a lot of the rappers we see kind of have that like poetic edge to it. Like Wale
Yeah,
definitely is making poems and stuff and that
definitely.
rapping. And so I feel like specific to the area, like I could see like that kind of leading you to music.
Yeah, Wale is somebody that I grew up on. Like, his album "More About Nothing" came out when I was in the 9th grade, and it taught me a lot about relationships. Once again, that's still weird because that's like the era of like, I don't know, you're like dealing with weird emotions, and you're kind of like in that adolescent phase. So that's really cool. You brought up Wale. Who else is someone who I
I'm trying
even
to. I when I think of DC music, I first go to Go Go, but then I gotta think of like the other rappers.
I even think like Missy being from Virginia, her stuff is super poetic too. Like, I definitely think that there's a heavy influence on like just the arts in general.
Yeah.
At home, I miss home.
Yeah, but also like location wise too. Of course, there's like busboys and poets, and I'm sure there's so many people who like came through
Oh my
that.
God, Prison Poet, that's crazy. I used to go there when I was younger. When I was like 17, I used to go there. I used to be,
Yeah, but I think now like getting into you as an artist, like what is the usual songwriting process for Rico Nasty today? Are you listening to beats first? Are you kind of taking that same like poetry route of like finding song concepts that match some of the tracks you hear?
I think that a lot of the times when I start my songs, they're not finished ideas or things that I pre-planned. It just
Hmm.
like happens. And I don't know if I like it better that way because some days I do go in the studio and like if I'm not prepared or have things written, I just don't really have much to say. But I think that's why it's really important that I go to the studio when I'm in like very emotional states and you know what I'm saying, really going through things because I feel like when I'm going and life is great, um I don't know, it's just not as fun.
Yeah. Um, and I think another really signature thing about your music is that you have such amazing relationships with producers of all kinds. In approaching music now, do you try to balance out like trying out new producers with working with ones you already have a great partnership with? Like, say, obviously Kenny Beats. Uh, you've done some songs with 100 Gex. Uh, those creative partnerships.
Bro, I think it's important to have relationships with the people who it's about to be lit. It's really important to have relationships with people who make your beats because um it's just a fun collab, bro. Like, I feel like most of the times when I get beats sent through a beat pack or just like through my email, they don't really get the vibe of how I am in person. A lot of people perceive me to like certain things based on the things that I've made already. And I think the biggest thing for me is working with people who push me to accent that, like make
Mm-hmm.
it. I think working with Gex has really taught me a lot about just like using your voice as an instrument. And that's something I started to learn working with Kenny. But like I was telling people before, I think it's very important that we stopped working when we did so that like I could take the training wheels off and build relationships with other people that are equally as cool as him. I mean, Kenny's definitely the coolest, but like I met Boys Noise through Kenny, which is the person
Mm-hmm.
money. So I just think, everything just goes back into one big circle, like cool people. I think Honey Gex as well. I remember we were doing like 30-hour sessions. I'm pretty sure they my whole life. We are besties. And I think that reflects in the music as well when you're able to just be that transparent and you're not really worried about trying to be somebody. You just creating.
Yeah. And I think like going on that journey and like working with all these different people, dipping into all these different genres, is there one maybe genre that you tried that really felt like you were pushing yourself or like this is sort of finding a new aspect of my sound?
Well, I think pop is kind of what I'm exploring now. I mean, I upload a few snippets here and there. I haven't really dropped any of it, but I like iPhone. I like the way that that sounded. That was definitely an era of pushing me because it's really like my vocal capability and like singing pretty much. And I'm not a singer, so it was really fun, like watching my voice be able to transform like that. I think there's a couple more genres that I kind of like, I dip and dab and try to like learn here and there, but I think that is probably the most difficult one because of all the layering with vocals and just like you have to know your bridges and structures of songs. It's really different from hip hop.
Yeah. There's like weird math to it too. But what I love about that is like you already have very spirited fans. That whole section of like the experimental pop has like some very interesting, like very hardcore fans. Was it nice kind of inviting people who are into that music into like the fold of Rico Nasty fans?
I think that whenever I try new stuff, I get new fans. I'm sorry. My eyes are funny as now. They're like
Oh, cool.
I think that whenever I try to do new stuff, like when I did Rage and I did Smack, I gained fans based on people who like that stuff. So I think that right now, I think when people hear my name, they know that it's going to be like some weird. So I think I'm definitely like creating a group of, I guess, weirdos that are just kind of like becoming more in tune with the fact that like I am a hip hop artist, but I do a lot of other stuff too. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see you continue to experiment. I think now is a good second to just look at one fan question, just to let you guys know. We're still here for you. A lot of request. Well, you know what? Why not? We'll go with the number one. Equality. Can you please curb stomp me? I adore you.
No, I'm not. Oh my God. What's wrong with them? I don't so bad. But
Uh,
y'all, I don't want to keep hurting y'all. I smacked somebody at a different show. Like I don't want to keep y'all up. Like what the Why do y'all like that? Y'all want me to spit on you, step on you, sit on you, throw you in the closet, put you in my trunk? Like, what? Are you okay? Like, I will hug you.
This is a PSA. We're only keeping it metaphorical. We cannot sort of answer any physical requests. um, but sort of getting a little bit back to money, but also just your career in general. You have such an amazing aesthetic. You have such sort of inventive visuals. Like, how soon does that factor into your songwriting? Like the look of it or the era of the song?
Immediately. I think what happened was when I made Kila Emoji and Poppin',
Mm.
I think that it was just like the beginning of me being myself, and not like how I felt was when I was making iCarly and I was making Hey Arnold.
Mm.
It was the worst dressed. Like, I was broke. I was broke. So I wasn't making no money. So there wasn't like ways to be like, oh, we're going to put this money here and put this money into outfits. Like, I just had whatever the I had. So once I felt like, okay, wait, people with me for the music, like, what are you pulling out your bag after this? Like, who do you want to be remembered as? And someone that I've always been influenced by is Rihanna. Just like her being a fashion icon, and like, I just never seen that have an off day. Like, I just love her so much. And I just instantly thought about like Tumblr. Like, remember when she used to just like take those candids and just, I wanted my fans to like think of me like that. Like, look forward to just seeing my new looks and stuff. And I think it was Kiamo G where I started like literally changing my wigs like 3 times a week. Like, I was getting my hair done ridiculously, like just long hair, short hair, every color you can imagine. And I was just really having a lot of fun with making money. Really. Like, I was like, oh wait, I can buy this, I can buy that. And I was kind of coming into being a woman, so it was like makeup and stuff was really big. I think it all just kind of like tied in really perfectly, but I think it was like a domino effect. It's like, oh, you like the music? Oh, okay, let me give you something to really remember. You know, let me give you guys the face. I think it was Yachty too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a person remembering like the era of Yachty where it was just like red braids.
Yeah.
When you see braids, you know who the it is. Don't play. And I felt about my spikes. It was like one of those moments for me. Like, when you see those spikes, don't play. You already know what it is. So it was really good. Like seeing so many fans recreate those looks and just have so much fun. Like, I'm very happy I could be that for them, be somebody who inspires them, not only with the music, but with like, just be yourself, just wear whatever the you want to wear. I know I get some haters that are like, what are you doing to your face? But I mean, like, what are you doing with your face? You're over there all up over a you don't know? That's weird.
Like, I'm being creative. What are you doing to
What
like?
are you doing? God
um,
gave you a face to be beautiful, not to be boring, okay?
exactly. But another aspect of your artistry is your concerts, and I want to know, how has performing music, uh, maybe changed how you now write music?
Well, I would be lying to say that I don't write music to perform. I literally do. I write music and I go in the studio and I imagine a big crowd with lights and like big speakers thumping by my feet. And I'm just like, what do they want? And I just try to think about the mosh and what people are thinking and what people might be going through prior to, like who they got beef with and they want to on somebody or pop with a girls. Like, I just try to put myself in a perspective that I've met at meet and greets and stuff. I think my fans are super. I know my fans are really cool people. So they inspire a lot of the music that I make too. Just like, she drank so. This is a bar from Tia Tamara. She drank so much. Now she's throwing it up, but we don't give a. We still rolling it up. I got a lot of money, but a lot ain't enough. I feel like my fans like their nose will bleed. They're throwing up. They're just like, I don't give a f-. Like, I'm gonna roll up some weed and I'll be back. Like, they're just super rock star. So I just try to think about them having fun with their girls and just bring it to life.
Yeah. And I feel like too, like whenever you see an Instagram story of someone at one of your concerts, it's one of those like major FOMO moments. Like, I wish I was there. This is wild.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but speaking of your fans, let's look at some more questions that are not requests to physically hurt them. Let's see. Oh, okay, I like this. Uh, I think it's Reagan Lee's. Who was your main punk inspiration? And also, I love you.
My main punk inspiration is I think by now I think it's gonna just be Joan Jett, because for a while it was Avril Lavigne, and I think it's Joan Jett. She's the originator of a lot of all of it, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever work with her?
Of course. What? What? I would. What?
That would be
Hell
so cool. And I feel like she just did something with Miley, so she's
yeah.
out there.
She's still in the mix very much so. She had my bad. She had a show at in Texas when I was there for South by Southwest, but I was like doing South by Southwest, so I couldn't go. But I would love to see her live. I would just love to I don't know. She's amazing. She taught me a lot, um, just by watching her and studying her stuff, and I just really look at her like somebody who, whenever I'm scared to do something, she's like right there, like, girl, you better do this. I didn't do all this for nothing.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay, this is cool. EB Nog asks, "What's your favorite album this year?"
My favorite album this year. My favorite album this year.
We're getting into end of the year stuff. It's like you
There's
gotta.
a lot of albums that just came out. That's a really tricky question. Amina just dropped. Summer Walker just dropped.
Mhm.
Megan just dropped. I wish I could like ask Saturday to go to my music so I could see who I've been listening. I'm sorry. I listen to a lot of NBA YoungBoy.
Oh,
So
cool.
I think he's probably like my favorite album this year. He has a really good album. I've kind of had it on repeat since it dropped. Oh no! I'm a fucking liar. Tyler, the Creator. Who the
Oh,
am I talking to?
oh my God, yes, definitely.
And
Oh wow, yeah, no,
wait,
totally agree. I
what
also like someone in the comments mentioned Jasmine
Planet
Sullivan. I think
is
that's a very good album as well.
in Montero dropped this year. I don't know. It's a lot of really good albums. Yeah, Amina's album is really good too. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a
Um,
difficult.
yeah, I will say EW is doing some like quick speed round questions because we're getting into the holiday season, and so I kind of want to hit them with you. Do you have a favorite holiday movie?
Yes, Elf.
Why? Which part?
Bro, that is hilarious. I don't have to explain. That movie is funny as
Yeah.
he is literally crazy. Remember the scene where he was pouring sugar on the spaghetti? I love him. I love Will Ferrell. He's hilarious.
That's exactly what my mind went to. I was like, she's probably gonna mention his eating habits. Do you have a favorite holiday tradition that you do with family?
Yes, I love Halloween and I love dressing up and trick or treating.
I like that you went to Halloween. It's a part of the fall. Anything for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or
Uh,
holidays, I guess.
I don't really do. I mean, eat. If I like, what was the point of meeting with all these family members if no one brought no food? I like to eat. I'm a tourist.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm where the food at? Like, yeah,
Exactly. Get to the point. You're on a mission.
that's all
And
eating.
finally, one holiday song that has to be on your playlist.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year Send
Um,
me some kiss. I'll give it to someone special. I love that song.
What's great about that too is that like so many people have covered it that you could totally just do a playlist of different people singing that song and like it could last the whole holiday party. And you know what? It would slap. People would go for it.
That's like, and then I mean, obviously, anything Mariah Carey gets in the mood to spend money. I'm not gonna lie. If you put on Mariah Carey in the store during the holidays, girl, the I don't want to watch Christmas. I don't know why that song made me so generous. Like I'm just like, oh, we should get this for this person. This person hasn't spoke to me in 6 months. I don't know.
Totally. By the way, everyone loves the tourist representation. They're really feeling it. Let's see. Oh, I like this. You mentioned him just now, Diana TTC. Are you gonna collab with Little Nas X?
Oh my God, I would love to. He's a busy man. He just gave birth.
I his name was Montero, and it's very good. I saw this in the comments, of course, and people would want to know, how is RX Coming? Is that the name of the new project still? Okay.
No. Sorry. I don't even, no. We're just, no.
We're feeling things out, releasing music as it comes. We got money. Let's celebrate that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just feel like I'm taking my time. I'm on tour right now. So I'm trying to find some time. Sure.
And Nightmare Vacation, like, just came. Like, I think that was end of the year last year. And so, like, you've got people, your fans have got music, fresh
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
They're just greedy, and I can't blame them because I make a lot of music, and they know I make a lot of music, and they're like, "Girl, just give us the music." Blame them. I just wanna give them something to be proud of, and I want to give them something that lasts forever, and something that they can wear on their chest, like this is my girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, what's so much?
This was something that I was interested in. Like, hearing your songs, it sounds like you're giving it your all. Of course, when we see you on stage, you're definitely giving it your all. Does that sort of impact the recording process to where, like, I can't go this hard on the song because I have a concert tonight, or like I can't go this hard at
Yeah.
the because I record tomorrow?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like I can't really record when I'm doing shows because I have to save my voice, and I can't, like there's no way if I'm up recording all night that I could like probably do a show. My voice is gonna be hella cracky. And I've done it, and like I just feel like also I like to go back in on my music. So if I have something that sounds really fire, my voice is gonna sound kind of different if I come back after like doing a couple shows until I like get back into the recording type of tone of voice. But it's really weird how your voice is definitely like an instrument. I have to drink tea, and I have to drink a bunch of these big water bottles, and I don't know. It really is starting to become a chore. I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to become a chore. All I eat are cough drops. Like I feel like I eat cough drops like candy at this point. I need to create my own cough drops. Oh my God,
That
I would be
would be
rich.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Love
You would trust my cough drops. Look at
totally.
my hell yeah.
I mean, you've been
So,
for years and still are able to like scream your heart out. So I would totally trust it. But as we come to an end, of course, this is Songwriters Camp. Do you have any sort of parting advice to those up and coming songwriters out there, performers, on sort of like something to look out for, to persevere, I guess? Yeah.
I have one thing to say to all
Yes.
songwriters out there, guys. This might sound crazy, and don't go overboard, but don't ever let nobody tell you that you curse too much in a song. Because I remember hearing it so much. You're cursing too much. You're cursing too much. You're cursing too much. Like, you're just not listening. And I get it. There's radio, and I love radio, and it's a hard thing to get radio, but radio you're not gonna get right off the bat. Everybody does it. Just I remember when I did Smack a Bitch and I got my plaque for it. When that song was very much, out and just roaming around, there were so many people, she's cursing so much and blah blah blah. And still to this day I haven't changed who I am, and people love it. And you literally just have to follow that no matter what. Just do what you want to do. Don't let nobody give you no feedback that's unwanted. Only take feedback from people that you admire and people that you can clearly learn from, because their life is evidence of that. But don't take no advice from a bitch who ain't got.
Exactly. I think that's an amazing note to end on, and I think that's very clutch advice for all the songwriters out there.